This is an ooh-wee production.
Welcome to the Real Talk Podcast, where the goal is to better our understanding through conversation. Communicating our feelings, our thoughts, or our opinions could be some of the easiest, or it could be some of the hardest things to do. But by communicating, we begin to form new perspectives. So throughout the various topics and opinions we discuss on our podcast, we hope that we can add value, understanding, and maybe a few laughs to your day. We appreciate you guys listening and enjoy the show.
All right, welcome, man. Welcome back to the Real Talk Podcast. This is Real Talk Podcast, man, where we try to go from struggle to strategy, man, just through real talk. You know what I mean? Hopefully it builds real growth and it applies to real life, man. We post every Thursday, every week, man. We post shorts. Subscribe, man. Subscribe. You know, if you're looking for real growth, real truth, and real men, this is the podcast for you, man. So just check us out. What's going on, E, man?
What's good with your brother? You all right?
Chilling, man.
Yeah,
chilling.
man. Another day, man.
That's it.
Above ground.
That's it, man.
Trying to stay sound. For real, especially if you're going to be around.
I'm gonna turn into a rapper real quick. You know, I like that.
And you go with the shenanigans,
Hey, man.
man. You know why we here. You know why we here.
Yo, man.
Must
man.
I remind you? You know why we
Yeah. That's what I like about it, though, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Because it need, like, these lads, man, this fellowship, like, I feel like it's needed more.
Most
you know
definitely,
what I mean?
man.
Like, especially, like, I'm gonna be real, bro. Like, when you going through, like, life and you building, you really trying to build something, man, and you trying to do it the right way. Because it's hard on both sides. You doing it the illegal way, you doing it the legal way. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, when you find real people to build with, you know what I mean? Because
It makes it worthwhile.
It makes it worthwhile, bro. So, like, I enjoy these moments, bro. I enjoy meeting up.
Most man. Definitely, man. Definitely. This is therapy.
I'm telling
Very
you, bro.
therapeutic.
I'm gonna touch base on something, bro. Like
Go
we
ahead.
talked about. We was talking about earlier, graduation. You know what I
right.
mean? The go conversation.
Yeah.
So it's like graduation. Is it the beginning or is it the end? What's your perspective on that?
So, like, when we spoke about this, a while back, I think that's a good topic because a lot of times people look at it as the culmination of it all. They look at it as a sense of completion, and for some students that's been doing it since the beginning, from elementary on up. Some before elementary, but you get burned out, man, and you like, hey, I made it. I came. I gave my word that I was gonna get to this point, and after that, hello, real world.
Yeah, that's
I'm
the finish
ready.
line.
Yeah.
That's
But-
how I thought about it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, me
I
too.
thought it was a finish line.
Yeah, I'm
bro.
like, man, look, I gave you what you asked for.
12 of them things.
Yeah, 12 strong ones. Felt like a life sentence at
Bruh,
times,
for
you know.
real.
But I went back and I did a little extra though. But we're saying that the finish line, it's like sometimes when you enduring and you going through going through schooling, it like so many times in the midst of that process, it's like you get to the halfway mark, so to speak, and then they take the marker and push the marker back.
Yeah.
So it's like, shh, I can't even make it. Come on, man. It's like,
Right about to touch it.
yeah,
it's
psych,
gone.
So it's like,
Yeah, man.
I mean, I get it, but is it the end or is it the beginning? Because even if you consider it to be the end, and the end from a standpoint of, schooling itself is over, it's done, it's finally behind me, it's still going to become the beginning of something different, something new, the next chapter, Although you run into a period within a chapter, if the book is long enough, here comes the next chapter. So now you're starting off fresh and new at a new beginning. You're at a new crossroad, so to speak. So learning never ends. It never ends.
Yeah, it's real.
It's like even those that are very much sophisticated in life and seasoned. That's what I call them. I don't like to call them old people. They seasoned, Our people love good seasoning. We love that on our food,
Right.
seasoning.
You gotta have it.
You got
It's
to.
a necessity. At
And
this
that's
point, man.
and that's what it is. Our elders in life, man, we take to them like good food. You know what I'm saying? They are definitely the element that adds flavor to life. They are able to put things into perspective sometimes. It's funny how you grow up in life sometimes and you go through a point in which you don't want to listen to nobody no more. I finally made it. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this my way. You know what I'm saying? My way or the highway. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But then it's like you continue to do this thing called life long enough and you start noticing, the people that really are important, the people that can bless you with life lessons and people that have been there, done that. They're veterans in the game. They've made it through the struggle. They understand how to break the struggle down. They're here to provide, sometimes tough love when you need it. Sometimes kind words, kind gestures. Sometimes a soft tone. Sometimes it's not often a soft tone. But again, it's something that's going to stick with you. It's that meat on your bones, so to speak. It's that, it's that good-hearted meal. It's that protein you need in your life. You know what I mean? Everybody want to know how I put on weight. And then somebody come, you know what I'm saying, to put you on that weight. And then all of a sudden you're like, this don't taste how I thought it was going to taste or how I felt it should taste. But it's needed. And then you start working that thing that they're talking about. You start actually implementing those tools, those resources, that particular protein. And then all of a sudden you start looking at your frame, I'm getting bigger in life. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
But it comes from the fact that I'm listening to, that source, the plug, so to speak. And that's what the seasoned folk are for us and to us in our lives. And ultimately, those are the teachers. Like you get out of grade school and sometimes, bro, those are the next set of teachers that you always have with you that's present, that's on standby. Those are your cheat codes, so to speak.
Those mentors.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Man. They are the compass, sometimes the life compass. You look for that source of direction. Hey, which way do I turn? Which way? Baby, just calm down, take a breath. You know what I'm saying? Don't rush through it. Take your time. It's going to come to you. You make sure you pray about it. That's those voices, man, that we really need.
100%.
But
especially through I ain't gonna lie, the analogy you just used is like doing test time, right?
Oh yeah.
They might come over your shoulder, you know what I mean, help you out a little bit, give you those little encouraging words.
Exactly.
And it's those things you look through or you look back on throughout the test in life too, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can always draw from it.
Yeah. Like you said, if you listen, you take it in.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to repeat that level, but once you get it,
it's there. It's locked in.
That's real.
They are it's another. It's like a reservoir, and you can go back to it when you need it, But yeah, so is it the end or is it the beginning? Some take it as the end, but really and truly, long as we're doing this thing called life, there is no such thing as end. It's really not, because you're always finding new things. You finding, for example, you can retire, and after you retire, you're looking for something new to keep you, up and at it. Now all of a sudden, you always kind of messed around with fishing a little bit. Now you actually doing it. So now you understand, okay, it's an actual art to this. When before you was just doing it for the sake of doing it. Or a lot of people retire and they like to take up, on golf. And I didn't realize, how much goes into golf.
Yeah.
That looked like one of the most frustrating things in my, in my line of sight. I'm like, man, I ain't got no patience for that. And it's, it's long and it look boring, But at that point in time in your life, maybe that's what you need now. Something that's going to test you on a more intellectual basis, test different skills that otherwise when you're young and more athletic, you're not gravitating toward that.
Facts.
Why? You know what I'm saying? I'm jumping out the gym. What I need with a club? You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But it's always, new is always on the horizon.
That's real.
That's my spiel on that.
Nah, bro, that was dope. That was dope, man. You also mentioned, man, what's your goal? Is
your
it
goal
kids?
factor.
Your goal factor, man.
Yeah.
Is it your kids? Is it personal growth? Is it providing for something other than yourself? Can you dive into that too?
Yeah, man. So in life, man, oftentimes, man, one of the things, let's not get it twisted, man. We can sit up there, man, and we can sing, kumbaya songs, and we could talk about, you know, the sky always remaining bright and sunny outside. That ain't life all the time. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it a buck. Sometimes, man, I say sometimes you wake up and you ready to quit. Sometimes, bro, you fight and sleep because you sit up there, man, you just frustrated. You don't know where your next meal might be coming from. You don't know how you're going to pay this bill. So now all of a sudden this bill is tormenting you. And it's like it provides it provides stress that you don't need. Now all of a sudden you got somebody else, you know, mouth in your ear. Now what we going to do? You promised me this, that, and that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, what's your goal factor? What's your, you know what I'm saying? What makes you maintain? What makes you want to sustain? What brings you a level of encouragement to push through, even when things don't look to be their brightest? You know, what is that? What does that look like? You know, what does that entail? Well, everybody, you know, I feel like the answer to that question, the answer to that question would not look the same for each and every person. However, I can assure you that for people that are parents, like real parents, somehow, some way, the answer will find a way to revolve around their children. Because at the end of the day, they didn't ask to come here, but their existence qualifies you as being important enough that God, you know, bless you with a task. And oftentimes, man, sometimes let's just be real, we suck at it sometimes.
For real. There's no manual to it.
Yeah, sometimes we fail. Sometimes we feel like we fail miserably. But the good thing about that, if you feel like you fail miserably within a day, and the torment for a lot of people is the fact, oh Lord, I'm waking up, I got to do this again. Guess what? This time you got a chance to do it right. 100%. You know, or matter of fact, let's not even say do it right, because what does right look like in an instant like that? You got a chance to wake up and do it better. Yeah, man. And that better may actually lead to what your right looks like. Your right and my right may look totally different. The tools that I use, man, it might not work for you. But again, what's your goal factor? Some people's goal factor may not even revolve around children because they don't have children. So some of them, it may just simply be so deep. It's just within them. It's within their makeup. They're like, you know what? It's better for me out here. And I'm gonna do everything in my power, in my ability to find better. You know, I'm gonna be the one that's gonna lead my family to better. You know, whoever their family, whoever is connected to, that's their goal factor. Some of them just overachievers. Some people, hey, it's me, baby. You know why I'm here. You know, that's that. Yeah, it comes across like an arrogance, but it's just really a level of accountability that they hold present to themselves, and on it's really, man, what it is at the end of the day. It's really just this ability to just dig deep and to pull something out of themselves that most people, I'm not going to say most people can't do. Most people not willing to, they're not willing to, you know, go past another level to get to that level.
That's real, man. It's crazy that you brought this conversation up, because I was having this conversation at work, and it was like, I was listening to somebody said on a podcast. He was like, why do you see more homeless men than women? Because women they're always opportunity for women. You know what I mean? There's always some type of assistance for women. But for men, your expectation is to provide. Your expectation is to become the pillar, like the strength, right? And as you was talking, man, it was I don't know if you said this or I said it, but it said what drives your goal has to be deeper than your success, than just success. It has to outlast the struggle. And I think like that's real, man, because most of the time, man, and I'm just speaking on myself, like most of the time it's like by yourself. Like nobody else is gonna be doing it with you. You're lonely, like you said, most people not willing to do it. So it's like you just with it by yourself. So you have to dig deep internal, tapping into that reservoir that's inside you. And sometimes you have to get inspired by other people. Sometimes you have to get that spark from something else. But it's like it's there for everybody to tap into. You just have to make that choice to do it, man.
You know, it's it's interesting as you talk, right? Something that came to me, right? In like sports, you often find this present in every sport. In order to become everybody that starts off in life pursuing sports, the thing that drives them to find a role model within their collective sport that they like, or whatever, within their area of expertise, so to speak, or whatever area that they want to pursue, they don't just look at anybody. Yeah, nobody looks at somebody on a TV or researches anybody of significance and says, I want to start with the loser.
Yeah, nah, you're right though.
I want to learn how to become a better loser. Nobody says that.
That's real.
Most times, people start and they look at a champion. And a champion is the thing that drives them, propels them. But it's a cutoff. It's a disconnect to a degree when people look at champions, because all they see is the merits, the accolades, how they did it better than most did it, or whatever. But a lot of people don't look into this important part. The countless hours of the lack of sleep, how some of them obsess over just details, techniques, dieting, just tweaking a body in ways in which, okay, I can get a little more if I do this, or this right here allow me to jump just a little bit higher if I do this, or if I do this drill here, my dribbling gets a little more, crisp, or if I come over here, this allow me to do this pirouette to the maximum level that I needed to be, or over here, man, maybe this will allow me to be able to hit this birdie now, or whatever it is. I just gave different, in different fields, man, maybe this right here will be the reason why I don't get caught at the 1 yard line and it stopped me from getting my touchdown. And maybe this right here, this will help me to finish the season on a strong level in which now I got the touchdown record, amount of touchdowns within the season, whatever. But it's like, yeah, the champions are the ones that often get talked about, but what are they putting in to become champions? Do you become a champion after you put in, or do you become a champion the moment you start doing?
Yeah, that's real.
Those are the things.
Go ahead. Well, you did say something, man. I forgot. I
lost it.
I forgot. Yeah. But anyway, I want to say, like, man, and you on the road too, man. So I ain't gonna say too much. But like the words I got for real, man. The words I got is fumes, breaks, and silence, right? And whatever you just spoke on, right? Those are all a part of the journey. A lot more than what people think.
Okay, the last thing, and it's crazy, I don't often remember this. The last thing I talked about with how I ended it was we talking about, where does being a champion start? Does it start at the beginning of that? Does it start with the action on go? In your mind, you fully commit to the term go. It's like, now I need to go ahead and put in the work to get to that place, or does being a champion ultimately is that culmination of everything you've been through?
Nah, that's real.
So that's what I was trying to, yeah.
So like basically what I'm saying is it's the small stuff. You know what I mean? Like really, when you think about it, the unsexy stuff, the small little minute, cause you don't never be like game one. This is what's gonna take me to the championship.
It's the details.
This is the small tweaks. The 1% every day getting better. And then that's going on fumes, on your breaks, squeezing out every little bit of time that you can, and then silence. Like I feel like a lot of times I got this what's the title? Still waters doesn't mean shadow waters. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, man, quiet doesn't mean passive. Sometimes when you're in silence, sometimes when it's quiet, when you're in solitude, doesn't mean there's no movement.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? Because the top of the water is still, but under it is still flow. It's still current.
You know the interesting thing about what you just said, man, I don't mean to cut you off, but quiet. Quiet doesn't necessarily mean weak. It's the quiet people oftentimes that you mess around. The small people oftentimes turn around and they react like TNT. All you got to do is just light them. But up until the moment of lighting them, they quiet, they look harmless, all that. You gonna you apply a little fire to that.
Yeah, 100%.
And you get that kaboom.
Yeah, 100%. And when you think about it, man, like I look at a lot of these champions, like, you know, there was an underdog, where people overlooked them. Tom Brady was like 100 and something pick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he got a chip on his shoulder.
So it's like, those would be the people that really just like meticulously look at the game and figure out, okay, what about me do I need to change? What choices do I need to make that other people don't make that could get me to where I need to be?
You're right. They find a niche.
You know what I'm saying?
It starts with that because, again, one of the things about self-discovery is finding out what do you do the best at with the least amount of effort.
Right.
You know, what's your gift? What's your talent? Then from that, okay, how can I put my flair or my DNA strand into the game? And is this sustainable now? You got to think about all of it. Yeah.
Is it sustainable?
Yeah, because everybody, and that's the thing, man, to make a roster, even to make it here in this world, you had to do something among, you know, a million other sperms to make it here, first of all. But you made it here, meaning that you are the chosen one. Now, to make it on a roster, on any professional team, that means you got to be valuable. You bring some type of, you know, you bring something valuable to this particular team. Now, we're going to go down a scale, but we really not even going down a scale because this is real life. This is the life we live in. Even on somebody's job, if you made it that far on a job to even make it on a job, then they seen some type of value in you. Yeah. Now, you must go about it figuring out, okay, I made it on this job. So maybe my mouthpiece got me on the job because I had to be able to talk, sell myself to get on the job. Now, what is it that my actions will allow for me to be put in a position in which I can get a raise or I could become something bigger? You know what I'm saying? I can add on to my plate. You know, now my bank account gets bigger. You know, it's
so. Let me ask you this, right? And I want to be cognizant of your time, man.
We good right now, but
all right, cool. Yeah. So, okay, this is the turning point, though. I feel like that happens a lot of times is that we get in that environment, right? That we get a job,
get comfortable,
and then we get in the flow of like, yo. Somebody might be like, bro, this is hard, bro. I'm so tired, bro. Why we keep working these long? Why they keep giving us this? And it's like, and you like, bro, they do keep doing, they do be, you know what I'm saying? So it's easy to get caught in that little whirlpool right there. So like, how do you think you can, you know what I'm saying, keep your actions on point to what, okay, how can I break out and be the best that I could be or make myself stand out? Even though all this stuff is true and it is going on and it is BS sometimes, but beyond all that, I still could overcome it. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. So keeping it back on topic with what you were speaking about just not too long ago, like, you know, although the waters, we're going to talk about the waters now. First of all, to answer your question, you must go back to, you know, the conversation we were just having about the waters. Although they appear to be still waters, it's still movement. So how do you navigate all of this that goes on in life? It's treating life like these waters, but you respect the waters. Understanding that, yeah, I must be cognizant of the undertone, you know, the undercurrent, so to speak. The undercurrent is what's going on beneath the scenes or behind the scenes, but in this case, it's beneath the water. It's like everything look chill on top. You look, man, that water, man, that's some good water to swim in there. But you don't know what's going on up under there. That's why many don't make it, because that, you know, that undercurrent take them one way, and then you might be getting hit by a whole nother current, now you up out of here. You know what I'm saying? You panic. Now, you know, you uncomfortable. You know, you stressed. You know what I'm saying? When you stress, you panic a lot of times.
Straight panic.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so, but the thing is, and I'm speaking, you know, I might be speaking to somebody right now, but I'm speaking to myself as well because I'm human, just like you. You know, what we have to understand is, yeah, things will happen. They're going to continue to happen. We can't control the atmosphere around us. But what we can always do is we can make the atmosphere that much better. That's the control that we have. We can be the light in the darkness. If all else fails, the power go out in the building and everybody is dark, all you hear is, woe is me, or straight panic mode, or I hate this, I hate that. Somebody in there, they're looking for light, a light source. And maybe that's why you there in the first place, because now, certain flies gravitate toward the light, and that's what we are at the end of the day. That's what we should aim to be, is
That's real, bro.
that light. Just trying to, and I know, man, I know how it sounds. And like, oh, here this brother go extra positive, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, you don't have no bad days, you know what I mean? Like, bro, he get on my nerves with this sometimes. Keep it real, you know what I'm saying? And I am keeping it real, because sometimes, man, the hardest thing to do is wear a smile on your face. When you see the foolishness that's going on, sometimes the hardest thing to do is to stomach BS, because it's like, bro, it wasn't meant for you to consume. That's why it's hard. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it, I will say, even with everything that I just said, you will never lose sight of your own integrity. You know what I'm saying? You want to always try to keep integrity, even if you have to address something. Even if you have to address it, it's a way to go about addressing it. Even if you have to, you know what I'm saying? If you have to go ahead and chomp down one time, you know what I'm saying? It's a way to do it. You ain't got to go into the darkness, you know what I'm saying, and react like the darkness. Sometimes even in the form of light, you can go ahead and you can spank that. Even
That's real, bro.
while displaying light.
Tackling.
Yeah, you go ahead and hey, hey, today I got time for you.
You feel me?
Hey, look here, I'm gonna have to walk you down on this one now.
Yeah, I feel
You know what I'm saying? And now you come on to take this medicine.
Yo, all right. E. So like, we got about 5 minutes, man.
All
And then I forgot to bring my light in here too. So it's I want to be my. We got one in here. There we go. All right, bet. So it's the test before the breakthrough, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is what I got. Share the lifelines that help you when you feel isolated. It may be journaling, talks, self-talks, things like that. Like, because we kind of touched on it. I guess we just touched on it. You know what I mean? Like, when you feel, like I said, you feel isolated. Like, you feel like I know I got that champion mode in me, man. I know I got that drive in me, bro. But it just feels like I'm the only one pushing towards it. My family ain't on that, or my workplace ain't on that, my friends ain't on that. I ain't got look where I'm at. You feel me?
I got you. I guess I'm on one today. We'll call this right here. I guess we'll conclude with this here. We'll just entitle this part, The Championship Drive.
That's going to be the podcast name too.
The Championship Drive, it consists of, now, you done made the whole game, man. You've been making stands, you've been making stops, timely stops. And then you finally take the lead, 2 minutes left, Now, you at a point in the game where head coach say, all right, cool. It's 2 minutes left in the game. All right. We finally score. But the score looks like this. We didn't get what we really wanted out of this drive. We didn't get the touchdown. Instead, we had to settle for a field goal. You still scored. Hear what I say. You may not have gotten what you wanted out of the drive, but you still scored.
Yeah.
But the score is 3 points instead of 7. Whilst we on this for a second, in football, you actually have 3 different ways to score. Number 1, you can kick a field goal, and that's a flat out 3 points. That's 3 points that you didn't have. That's 3 pennies. Mm-hmm. If you care to pick up the pennies that you walk over, that's 3 points.
Right.
All right. Now, after that, the other way you can score, you score a touchdown. You score a touchdown, that's 6 points. Now I said there's 3 ways you can score. So that 6 points doesn't guarantee 7. 7 isn't always automatic. Just like in basketball, where you would think something that's automatic is a free throw. It's free. Nobody's guarding you. But really and truly, you guarding yourself. You at this line. They call it the charity strife. You at the line. It's you and this goal. But guess what? Everybody else in the gym can make noise. Matter of fact, the problem becomes when you making noise upstairs. You distracting yourself. But it's a free throw. It's supposed to be easy. That's supposed to be given. You see what I'm saying? That's a so courtesy to you.
Wow.
You work hard for that. That's a courtesy call. Anywho, going back to football. So the one thing that's not oftentimes given, but everybody think that it is given, is the extra point. That's the third way that you can score. I said 3. You also got 2-point conversion. Excuse me.
Yeah.
You got a 2-point conversion, or if you get a safety, that's 2 points too. So excuse me, y'all. I'm correcting myself. Self-corrections.
Nah, you good.
But those are the ways that you can score. Or you score on defense, you pick it off, run it back. You know what I'm saying? Pick 6. Anyways, my point is this here. With all that being said, you got 2 minutes left in the game. All right. So you then did your part. You then got your 3 points out of the deal. So you up by 3. Now it's on the defense. The defense, all we ask of you guys is just make a stop. Let's just say the defense get gas. They in hurry up mode now. So if you go hurry up now, again, they create a different type of stress. They're stressing the defense. So normally with 2 minutes left in the game, people go into something called a prevent defense. I hate it. But it's supposed to prevent the big play. But sometimes preventing the big play, you're able to get a big play off of just running sometimes. You might get a 20-yard run and a man run out of bounds, stop the clock.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My point is this here. It comes a time in the game, especially if you're in a championship moment or a championship setting, where you're going to be tested. Your mettle is going to be tested. Your will is going to be tested. Your ability to persevere is going to be tested. So what do? If this team comes back and now they score a touchdown, now you know what you got to do. You get the ball. All you can do is just pray. Hey, I pray they score with enough time for us to get an opportunity. What happens after they score? Are you immediately out of it? You asked me before all this started. You said, okay, the family. What if the family not on what you own? Now it's about leadership. That's another championship. Leadership is a champion mindset.
It is.
Because everybody ain't on that.
It's mental, man.
Everybody ain't gonna want to do what you say do just because you say do it.
Yeah.
First of all, everybody ain't got the vision to understand why you even saying to do it this way.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? 100%. Let's just be real about it. Now, going back to what I was just telling you about. All right, so you get the ball with enough time. Now, you look around, the coach looking, for a moment, you might even see a president and the coach. Oh my God. They scored.
Right.
But again,
bro, all that go into it, like you said.
Exactly.
The noise, the body language.
All that.
It could be throwing
all
you
that.
out.
But a true champion or a true leader, in the face of all that adversity, they like, nah, bro, we still in striking distance. Matter of fact, now a true leader might step up and tell you something like this here. Hey, he go to the kickoff team. Hey, look, fellas, whatever you do, if you can, do me one solid. Just give me back the ball. Give me back the ball. And if you can get it to me, if you can give me the ball with enough field to work with, in which I can strike quick, that's even better. But if not, just hold on to it. Just don't give it away. You get the ball. Now all of a sudden, a true leader will appear. And what does this leader do? This leader says, hey, fellas, first and foremost, man, everybody huddle up. First and foremost, I want to let y'all know something. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all remember them early days when we was out there, man, and we used to hate, man. We used to hate one another, man, because all we did was hit one another at the beginning. We wanted to see another jersey that looked different than us, to take some of this frustration, take some of this smoke out on. I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate what I learned about y'all. I would rather go to battle with nobody other than my brothers that's right here. First of all, you tell them boys that in the huddle, look, bro, at the beginning of the season, bro, who would have ever thought we would have been here? Although we were training to be here, who really thought we would have been here? Y'all take all this and we here. And all we could ever ask for then is the same thing we asking for now, and that's an opportunity. We got an opportunity. Not an opportunity to win the game, but we now have an opportunity to be great. We got an opportunity to be champions. If y'all ain't trying to fight with me right now on this play here, I'm just respectfully asking y'all, just remove yourself from the field. Right now, I need everybody on one accord. This is the assignment. This is what we got to do. Let's go do it.
That's real. That's real, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Real, bro.
And that's the same speech that has to happen sometime with family, man. Family don't understand all the time the assignment. A leader understand, though.
I want to end on this, E, man. We got 2 minutes, man. We got 2 minutes, man. I want to end on this. If you had something to end on, how would you end it, man? Like, just to wrap this all up, bro. 2 minutes, man. What's going on? How we gonna wrap this up?
That man put me on a burner. I like this segment called the burner.
The burner, man.
The burner. So, tying all this up, man. All the loose ends, man. Just tying it all into a perfect tie. I simply say this here, man. When all else fails and you feel like you question your own existence while we do it, nobody really understands me, nobody willing to hear me, then sometimes you got to become a one-man band. You got to march to your own tune. The tune is already within you. Long before the tune can be heard by other people, it's present within you. It's your heartbeat. It's the thing, it's your go factor. It's what makes you get up and go. And through them seeing you, your work ethic, your dedication, you know what I'm saying? You getting up before the rest of the team, you getting up before the family, you know what I'm saying? You the one preparing the table, you doing X, Y, Z. Then to be honest with you, sometimes that's enough to bring somebody else to the party. And then from that, they bring somebody else to the party, but it starts according to your movement. Sometimes your movement is what causes improvement. So I say at the end of the day, y'all, you know, when you spend so much time wondering, let's start spending more time moving in the right direction.
Bro, that's fire, son. That's fire, man. If you become the person, the rest will follow, man. This is the Real Talk Podcast. Every Thursday, man, we post a new episode, shorts all week. Subscribe, man. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, man. Peace.
Real talk.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode or if you want to check out more of our content, please visit our social media platforms linked in the description of this episode. You can also check us out each week where we drop a new episode every single Thursday. So don't forget, like, share, comment, and thanks again for listening. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.